Hey, 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 YouTube, what's happening? Texas Triple Tapper here, bringing you guys another out of the towel, because I don't have a box, gun review. Just picked this bad boy up day before yesterday. I have you've probably seen my other video. I had the EAA revolver. This is an EAA, make sure I say this right, Tanfoglio. It is manufactured in Italy and imported to the U.S. by EAA, European American Arms, or something to that effect. This is as I said, the EAA Witness Classic 2. This is a 10 millimeter. Always wanted one, heard a lot about them. Had the opportunity to rent one and shoot one at the range the other day, and I really liked the round. I just wanted to show you guys. That is the 10 millimeter. These are 180 grain, and just for comparison's sake, we're gonna put a 45 ACP in there. So you see the cartridge is just a tiny bit taller on the 10 millimeter. But the 45 ACP's got a bowling ball on the end of it, a little bit bigger. These do come in higher grain, so you can get a bigger one. But these 10 millimeters, I'll tell you what, they've got a lot of power. Very powerful round. Very snappy little pistol to shoot. A little bit of backstory on the 10 millimeter. I believe it was back in the 80s. There was a shootout between the feds, the police, and some bank robbers. I think some bad desperados. Either way, and basically the firearm. Basically, the bad guys were much better armed than the police. Imagine that. So then they had adopted the 10 millimeter. And it stuck around for, I don't remember how many years, but then eventually it went to the 40 Smith & Wesson. That is essentially this same cartridge kind of cut down. This is the big brother of the 40 Smith & Wesson. Some of the officers complained it was too snappy. You know, they couldn't, some that had little hands. I don't know, maybe it hurt their vaginas. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so for whatever reason, that came about the 40 Smith & Wesson. But anyway, I had heard a lot about this, you know, that you can use it. It's one of the only handguns in some states that you're allowed to hunt with. Or white-tailed deer, I know, is one of them. And I don't know if it was the state of Texas. I just read that the other day. It's the only handgun allowed to hunt white-tailed deer. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But I've had a chance to play around with this. And I got to tell you, I really like it. It is a heavy little pistol. We're gonna do a quick safety check. Here's the magazine. It holds 14 in the mag, and then you can do one in the chamber. So that's quite a lot of firepower. Far exceeds you know, just about any 45 ACP. But the most you're gonna get out of them is 10, maybe 13. But this is 14 and plus one. So we see the magazine, or the chamber, is clear. So this model just has the safety, so it's just a little thumb safety, flip up, flip down, very easily accessible. This is the slide release. I've got big hands, long fingers. I can operate it with just the one side. It's got a stainless guide rod, which is nice stainless barrel. It's got and you can shoot this in single action or double action, which I think is actually kind of cool. You know, I'd use double action sometimes just to work on my trigger pull. In double action, you know, it's got a pretty smooth, crisp trigger. Long reset in that double action, but if you shoot it in the single action, it's got a pretty nice trigger. I'll probably upgrade it or change it out at some point, just because this just has a little bit too much curve for my liking. I really prefer like the Apex flat tactical trigger that I have on another weapon. I'm going to bring in here to show you guys just for comparison's sake. The sights on it are nothing fancy. They're not night sights or anything, but it's pretty accurate. One of the other things that I noticed about that I thought was interesting and I really kind of liked is if you look at it, look at that bore axis. Look at the bore axis compared to the hand. You know, and it's set up with the exception of the engagement part here. It's got that nice long beaver tail, very much like. Just to bring in here the 45 ACP. This is a SIG. You guys can see this in some of my other videos. But look at I wanted to look at the difference in the bore axis. Look how high the bore axis is in this 45 ACP. Also, too, this is the SIG P320. It's already been safety checked. And then here's that Apex trigger I was telling you guys about. You can see my video on that. I did that trigger job very quickly. Absolutely love this trigger. But anyway, back to this. I mean, look at the bore axis. Very, very, very high bore axis on this pistol. The bore axis has to do with managing recoil. The higher the bore axis, usually the less enjoyable or less manageable the recoil is. But this one, I mean, like I said, it's really, really low, and I can't imagine shooting this thing with a higher bore axis. I mean, like I said, it is a snappy little pistol. It doesn't have a lot of recoil, but it's got a lot of muzzle flip. I mean, when I first got it out there and popped off a round, I mean, man, it jumped up. It really kind of surprised me. But yeah, I mean, but and after that, I was like, okay, I got used to it. I kind of got comfortable with it, got my grip right and everything, and I was putting pretty decent groups down range. But I thought it was really interesting when I was looking at some of my other pistols, the difference in the bore axis. This has I mean, like I said, it's so much like a 1911. It's got this little front kind of stippling here. The grip on it has a rubberized grip. I'll probably at some point maybe change this out too. Get one. I'd like one that has maybe some slots here for the fingers. I really kind of like those. Seat my fingers in real well. It's just real comfortable for me to shoot. But I mean, this has been an absolute pleasure to shoot. I had read some issues about this where people were saying that like they weren't chambering correctly or something, and so people like they polished the feed ramp and it was having problems. I mean, I haven't had any issues with this. Granted, I've only had it a few days, but I've put quite a few rounds through it, and I haven't had any issues at all. Another thing, if I had to say something kind of, I don't want to say negative, but maybe not positive. This SIG ammo, 10 millimeter. I got this down at my local gun range. They give me I get a 5% discount for being a member. That's better than nothing, right? There's not a whole. I mean, there's 10 millimeter ammo available, but it's not as ubiquitous as say 45 ACP or certainly 9 millimeter one of your other cartridges. It's a little bit more rare, I would say, and it's not exactly a economic round to just go out and plink off 500 rounds. I mean, they're quite costly. This 50 rounds with my discount was either $26 or $28. So multiply that by times 10 to do you're talking somewhere between $260 to $300. That's quite a bit of money when compared to 500 rounds of 45 ACP would be about half that cost. So just that's something to keep in mind when you're doing it, when you're shooting with it. But like I said, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun to shoot. I really enjoy it. They make one in a Glock, or they make a couple in a Glock. I've been looking at those, the Glock 40, and I think it's the 20. The Glock 40 is a really big pistol, but this one, I got this one for I think like $400. And it's been a great little pistol. And I had like I said, I had the EAA revolver, and I really like it. And I, you can see my video on that. I paid like $300 for it. So I mean, so far, for as far as I'm concerned, EAA, they're 2 for 2. And as you guys know, I come to you with unbiased reviews. I'm not endorsed by any of these guys. Nobody sends me these pistols to review. I wish they would. I buy them and give an honest review of them. If I don't like them, I tell you what I like. I tell you what I don't like, so on and so forth. But yeah, overall, really great little pistol. The weight certainly helps with that muzzle flip. Sight picture's good. Trigger pull's not bad, and it's got a decent capacity. I haven't checked too much to see if you can get aftermarket mags or what else you can do more to maybe get extended rounds that would fit this. But I mean, the design of it seems relatively simple, so I can't imagine that they wouldn't have something out there. But as I do some research, I'll let you guys know. Thanks again for watching. As always, I really appreciate the support. All you guys watching, asking questions, comments, I really enjoy that. And as always, if you have any, please leave them down below. Until next time, Triple Tapper out.